Hey, so as we are about to kick off another amazing month, I just thought I just finished eating one of my meals for me today, Obsession. And I thought, why don't I share with you some of the things that are my commons in my fridge during this program so you can find them easily in the grocery and you could add them to your list. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is the yogurt that I use. It is, I go between two brands, right? It depends on which one's on sale, or sometimes it just depends on which one is at which grocery. So I use two different ones, but basically they are Organic Meadow. And so this one is the regular yogurt, right? 0%, 0% Organic Meadow. And then this is the Greek version. So the 0% organic Greek yogurt. So sometimes this goes on sale, but it is a smaller tub. It doesn't come in this tub. So if this one's on sale, I get this tub because I get 3 servings out of this, 3. And I only get 2 out of this one, I believe. Oh, I get 3 and a little bit out of this one. Yeah, that's right. 3 out of this one, 2 out of this one. So some of the things that I look for, and I mean, I have not always been like so knowledgeable. It's through my journey and through researching and through learning about these things is why I choose the things that I choose. So here are some tips. If you can, organic Greek meadow. This is about $5.99. I want to believe $4 $5. It depends on where you go. I get mine in Fortinos or Whole Foods. Here are the things that you want to look at. One, you want to look at the amount of sugar. So if you take this is 9 grams of sugar per serving, and you per quarter, 3/4 cup, right? And you look at some of the other yogurts maybe that you are using right now, and you'll see that some of them, because I picked up one the other day to show Seth, and it was 30 something, like 34 grams of sugar. That is a ridiculous amount of sugar that you don't even need. That's not doing your body anything good. So here are some of the things that I look for. One, you look at the ingredient list and you look to see how many ingredients there are in there. In this particular one, the ingredients are organic skim milk, organic skim milk powder, and active bacterial cultures, and it lists the bacterial cultures here for you. There's in this one, there is organic skim milk and active bacterial cultures. It doesn't have the organic skim milk powder in this one. And again, they list the bacterial cultures here, and more than 1 billion probiotic bacteria per serving that contribute to a healthy intestinal flora. So if you get all in depth with that, which I can't pronounce half of the stuff, but when you have probiotics, it does really good stuff for your body. It really does help with your digestion, your regulation, like everything for your body. So just be mindful of that. And speaking of that, I'm listening to a book, and I'm reading a book called Cure Your Kids with Food. I could share a picture of it somewhere I'll share a picture of it on my Facebook page and my Instagram. That book, if you're open to understanding and learning about food, my kids are never, thank God, on medication, because I take such and I make such an effort to look at what they eat. I'm very particular with what they eat. Of course, my baby is only now starting her solids, but my son he's 4, so we've gone through a lot of different learning situations. He's never sick. He only got sick recently with some kind of stomach bug for some reason. Other than that, he is healthy as I don't even know. And he eats extremely well, eats tons of fruits, eats a lot of vegetables. He's very open to a lot of stuff. He loves broccoli pizza, and he loves learning about food and what's good for his body. And I think that's another thing that I'm so passionate about, is helping kids understand why they can't have certain things or shouldn't have certain things, and what it does for their body and stuff. But that's a completely different video. But in that book, she also goes goes into explaining about the probiotics and how good probiotics are for certain situations, and which ones are the good ones and what they do and all that sort of stuff. So if you ever wanted to get into that, that is a really, really good book. What else was I going to say? Yes, so so many things, and this is for in general, all the stuff that I buy. I always look to make sure there's the non-GMO stamp, but there's also the non-GMO project stamp. Let me see if I have. That will actually be with something in my cupboard, like this. So the non-GMO product stamp, that is something I look for in all my stuff as much as I can, because that's a non-GMO product. You could always learn more about them if you go on to nongmoproject.org, or you can follow them on social. Excellent. All about not genetically modifying your stuff, right? Like keeping things natural, real. The other thing that I look out for is of course, the Canada Organic or the USDA Organic. And for example, we just got some grapes. That's what I do. Now, not everything you can get organic, and I understand that, but when I can, I buy organic. Very rarely do I buy non-organic things, and it's been a journey, it's been a progress. I started off my son with organic stuff, and then as I went along, I got rid of all the shit and the crap that we used to eat, and then I slowly put in all our fruits, all our veggies, everything organic. Also, when you're buying fruits, in case you didn't know, if it doesn't state that it's organic, but which I don't know why, and it has a code. So you see that PLU code. If it starts with a 9, it's organic. If it starts with a 4 or anything else, it's not organic. That's just a little side note. What else? This is probably one of the non-organic things I buy, and I just wish it came organic. But we go through this a lot. So this is, and maybe if they happen to see this video, they can make an organic version. Okay, so this is Eat Smart. They sell this in almost every single grocery. They sell it in Whole Foods, and they're 2 different sizes, but this is the one we buy all the time. This one includes broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, kale, kachori, dried cranberries, roasted pumpkin seeds, and poppy seed dressing. So the dressings and stuff come separate. I just take them out. We have like a ton on our door because I don't use them in my salad. I take these out, I pan fry this, and this is literally, if you follow me on Instagram and you follow me on social media, this is what you see in my stories and on my posts all the time, because it's the easiest thing. I take it, put it in my green container to portion it out, throw it in the frying pan, put in my my meat, and it's amazing. This is the almond milk that I use. This is the best almond milk that I have found so far. It's 100% vegan. It is soy free and carrageenan free. Hopefully I pronounced that correct. But again, non-GMO project stamp. This one has a kosher stamp, gluten free, vegan, BPA free, and carrageenan free. The ingredients are almond beverage, water and almonds, calcium carbonate, sunflower lecithin, sea salt, potassium citrate, and some gum in there, and it contains almonds, obviously, right? This is the brand. I used to have Drink Silk, but I found this was so much better, so much smoother, so much nicer, and so much less ingredients. There's also the espresso version, which I throw into my shake every morning. It is so delicious. Other go-tos that I have for my meal plan are the let me just show you this quickly. If I do sausages, I make sure, especially for Seth, I make sure they're raised without any antibiotics, and they are clean of all like crap, basically, because sausage is a process, right? So they contain a lot of stuff in them. So you want to make sure that the one you choose is either organic or nitrate free or has like no stuff in them, as clean as possible as can be. I use grass-fed butter. That's this one here. I go between this one and another brand as well, but this one is unsalted, grass-fed. And the other things that I have are like brown rice. I have wild rice, like a wild rice and brown rice mix. I have red mill oats. Now I go between the gluten-free, even though the gluten-free and the organic ones. We normally have the organic ones, but this is what they had. This is what we bought. So we go through these like really. We go through this a lot. We all love it, and helps with milk supply as well. What else? My pantry is all rated and clean, so I guess you guys can see as well. Like it's pretty clean. So almond butter is another thing that we have. This could have barely found it in Canada. We always found it in we always got it from the States, but they actually have it in Fortinos now, which is amazing. Other than that, I used to get one from this place, Costco. Other than that, maple syrup and some honey is what we have. Organic maple syrup, some honey for anything that we do that has something that needs some sweet in it. Quinoa is another thing that I have. Oh, this is what I use for Seth for if he get chocolate milk, right? It's a kid's version. You can get in Whole Foods. It's dairy free, it's gluten free, it's vegan, and it's non-GMO project. See a trend, right? Once you start learning about what food does for your body, what food does for your children, it's just a matter of becoming educated as much as possible and then making the best decisions that you can for you and your family. I know everybody can't afford to be organic, but you can do small little things. Some of the tips are start with your kids. Start with your kids. Why? Because they are tiny. Their bodies are small. They can adjust to, they need more adjustment to, foods coming in. Their bodies are smaller, so it takes more work for them to have to process all the chemicals and all the extra sugar and all that sort of stuff, and they shouldn't have to deal with those kind of things, right? As you get them going and as you wean them off of all the extra sugars, all the processed stuff, any kind of fast foods and bad fast foods like McDonald's and all that kind of crap, as you start to process them, they'll start to actually really want veggies, carrots, all the nice stuff, fruits like cotton candy grapes. Cotton candy grapes are like nature's dessert. Watermelon, bananas, all those things, they will start to want those things more and more. So, just stick with it. And those are just some of the things that I have that I wanted to share. Kind of ended up making a video that was kind of have everything in one, but say what? That's just how my mind thinks, and that's those people who watch me, I know you will get me. So if I think of anything else that I have, so it's kale mix. Sweet potato is something I always have because I love that. Brussels sprouts is something I have as well. So what I do is I cut the Brussels sprouts in half if they don't already come shaved or whatever. I will pan fry it on the stove for a few minutes with some Mrs. Dash and garlic powder, no salt. And after it gets a little bit of brown, I throw it in the oven for a few minutes until it gets nice, even more brown and nice, and it's so delicious. If you miss out that pan frying step, it does affect the taste. So make sure not to try it that way, or try it both ways and see which way you like best. Broccoli I always have because I make broccoli pizza. If you want that recipe, let me know. And even toddlers can make it. It's so easy, and they like getting involved in the kitchen, and then it gets them excited to make stuff. We always have carrots as well, organic eggs, tea, but I drink decaffeinated tea. If I want something warm, kind of weaning off the coffee every day. I kind of started doing that. I was like, I don't need coffee every day. Tons of water. Always drink your water. Yeah. So if you're doing the 80-day obsession program, keep things simple. If you're not doing the 80-day obsession program, have no idea what I'm talking about, you could always message me to find out what that's about. If you're a mom who just came across my video, or a young girl or a designer, whatever, and you just came across my video, I am a mom of two. I have a 4-year-old and a little baby who's 9 months old, and I started my health and fitness journey 3 years ago, and I became a coach and started to pay it forward. So I love sharing things that I've learned, things that I have figured out along the way with other people. If it could help them, I am very happy to do so. And yeah, so that's what I just wanted to share. Okay guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Love you guys. Bye.